Sup everyone, Casual Talk here. Today I'm going to be talking about why it's so difficult to stay positive these days. As 2023 comes closer to a close, it has come to my understanding that it is difficult to always stay positive, especially if you got a lot going on. There's a storm 1 month, and a few months later the storm is cleared, but then you're still in that situation trying to escape. And in some cases, there are people who are going through a lot worse than others, yes, but it is good to be on the bright side and be hopeful for many things. Sorry. It's just the reason why I wanted to make this video is because I'm going to be real honest with all of you. I'm not perfect. I got my own flaws. I definitely have my own problems, and I mentioned in a couple of videos that I'm in debt myself, and it's for many horrible decisions that I made when I was a lot younger, and I regret it. It's mainly credit card debt that I've put myself in, and I'm in my early 30s right now, trying to push and find a way out of this. And me and my wife being a college student, having to struggle and having 2 kids, it's understandable knowing what it's like to go through the storm and just bear with it. Praying to God every day to make a way and give us the strength to keep pushing forward, because nobody's not going to hand out anything to you. Nobody's going to give you an escape from reality. The only escape from reality that the world or people who are of the world seeks is drugs, gambling. They may find it through sex, video games, alcohol, you name it, okay? Everyone of this world has their own escape. I have my escape. Of course, we all need a breather. A lot of things that are wrong I don't agree with, right? Because, of course, I have strong Bible biblical beliefs, okay? For all of you that know me and who's been watching and listening to my audio videos for some time now, I believe in God. I'm a strong believer, grew up in the church, etc., okay? But even I can fall. Even I can crash. Even I could go through so much problems, and I have my own problems. I have a lot of problems. And there's some problems that I'm never gonna ever mention in videos because, that I'm keeping it to a minimum. I don't want to display my whole entire business and everything that I got going on. But yeah, having children, struggling, it's tough. And me being a married guy, my wife and I are pushing to get ourselves together. And my wife is going to start nursing school very soon. And I'm proud of her. But it's very difficult, as she said. She's studying day in and day out. Plus, I have to work her for a schedule. And I'm working, busting my behind to make sure I meet ends meet, to make sure I keep up with all the bills, the rent, etc. Okay? She's doing her part while I'm doing my part. We're working as a team. That's how marriage is supposed to be. But now these days, it's not like that no more. Most people are selfish. They wanted the 90-10, 80-20. Divorce is at a sky high. I don't agree with divorce. But it is what it is. This is what's happening in the real world. Many of my coworkers that I work with has their own problems. So it doesn't help when The only thing that you're listening and hearing is negative things all the time. I just want to always remain hopeful and remain positive. But to be honest with you, it's difficult. It's difficult to remain positive. Being positive and being hopeful are two different things. I could hope and pray and know for a fact God would take me out of a situation, but I also got to put in the work myself. How can I expect God to make a way if I'm not putting in any work to make something happen? So many people that believes in God, they go to him like a genie. They cry to him when they're going through problems. And once God takes them out of it, they forget about him. They act like he doesn't exist, and then they do the same thing all over again. And that's not how relationships work. All relationships requires a lot of commitment and time that has to be spent in that relationship. Okay? Friendships, marriages, colleagues, you name it. Well, the colleagues case, that's a bit different, right? But you would understand what I'm trying to say. Now, I can't speak for everyone, but I want to get myself together. I understand what it's like to struggle. I could tell many people all the time, oh yeah, I'm married, but I don't even have myself together. I should have had myself together. I married my wife really young. We were both young. We married early. We realized we were right for each other, and we got married. There's many ups and downs, and I'm just gonna be real honest with you. There's times that I messed up. Okay? And I want to do better. When you're always getting hit hard with in the storm, it is hard to be positive. It's difficult. It's very difficult to keep going. Suicide is at a higher rate for men than it is for women. And most men does not have anyone to go to on average. Most men does not have a supporting group. Most men doesn't have the availability like women do, like for shelters, women groups, women support. Men doesn't have that. So yes, a lot of men today are lonelier more than ever, and there's cases where women are in the same exact boat. Now these days, it is very difficult to stay positive when other people are going through a lot of problems, but this is going to be the truth. While all of us has problems, don't be a statistic or be most of those people that continues to soak in their problems, continue to complain about them. They continue to create more problems to stay in the problem and then complain. They want to be a victim. They want to remain in the problem, and they want people to feel sorry for them. I don't want to be one of those people. I like keeping my nose out of everyone's business, and I would like for people to stay out of mine. My wife and I believes in being private, because being private is one of the greatest things that anyone could ever do. Privacy is the best policy. I'd rather remain hopeful and pray to God to take me out of something, but I already know I have to have the strength in order to push and go through the storm. And it's going to be hard. I cannot be afraid to go through the storm, because there's other people that may be going through worse than I am, and they're where they are today. They're happier, they're successful, they got their career, they got a lot going on because they remained faithful. They kept pushing. They kept getting up. They didn't give up. They did not quit. I understand how hard it is to be positive, to stay positive. Nobody said life is going to be 100% easy. Sure, there's people out there who are spoon-fed. Sure, there are people out there who are spoiled. Right? That does not mean you should soak and focus on the rich and the people who got it good. You never know the hard work that people put in to get to where they are today. You just don't know. Because there are a lot of haters. Even I had to catch myself, because there's times I admit that I was jealous of people. There was times I was questioning how the heck he had the money to get that car. There was times that I did stuff like that. And I had to come in to realize I can't. One of the reasons why it's so difficult for me to be positive and stay positive these days is because I'm focusing on the success of everyone else that's around me instead of worrying about myself. How can I make myself better? How can I make more money? How can I get myself out of debt? I should be focusing on myself, on my own problems, instead of focus on someone else's success. Because focusing on someone else's problem, I'm no better if I'm contributing to their problem. Or better yet, that's the wrong way to say, but I'm no better if I'm also talking about my problems too. I understand we all need an outlet. We all need someone to talk to. We all need a breather. We all need someone to listen, of course. We all need that support, emotional support, especially for men, right? But we know better as we get older that in the end of the day, we are living to work and to survive and live the best life as possible on God's green earth. This life is temporary. This life is temporary, and I understand it's difficult to always stay positive when you're going through an emotional crisis. Some people has it worse than me, and there's many people who has it worse than others. But guess what? The people who went through the storm is the one who's victorious in the end. At the end of the day, don't quit and don't give up. I tell myself this all the time. I want better grades in college. I have to make a sacrifice. I want to get that job that I want. I have to do better. I have to get through the storm. I want better credit. I have to fix my credit and make a sacrifice. Sacrifices, most of the time, in many cases, it's necessary in order for you to get to where you need to be. And I'm not just talking about family or negative people you have to cut off. That's common sense. If someone's negative all the time and they're drowning you and draining your energy, take them out of your life or stay away from them. And be truthful about it. There's many people I had to cut off because they were making me even more miserable and more, they were making me more negative. And trust me, it's very hard to stay positive when you're always hearing the negative from all the people that are around you. I think it's time to change your social circle. Focus on yourself. Focus on your problems. And always be around positive people. Remain hopeful. And yes, I understand. Like I said, it's difficult to always stay positive during times like this because we're going through inflation. A lot of people are going through a financial crisis. I'm going through these problems myself right now. But I'm thankful to God for the fact that I'm alive right now to share my thoughts to you. It's a blessing to me in itself. Free information. Most people are not going to take their time to give that out today because most people are selfish and today, and not most, but there's many people out there that are selfish, and there's just the majority that's just trying to just get by. Live life for the better. and just push to make it for those that actually wants to do that, because of course most people are not going to have a career or be successful in life. And I want the best for everyone in the end of the day. I'm not a hater. I don't like putting people down, and I never want to do that to anyone. I don't want to sabotage someone's goals or dreams, or to remain hopeful, or to remain in doubt. That's all I got to say, guys. Hang in there and keep pushing forward. God is always with all of us. Okay? He's watching all of us. That's all I got to say. This is Casual Talk here. Peace out. Let me know what you think.